Good evening, Pickle Old Bean. Right, Harrier. There's too much to put down in the comments section, so I'm just going to make a quick video for you and give you a brief idea. It's a great aeroplane. You'll love it. It's my ultimate favourite. Seriously, that and the C7A Red Hawk. They're brilliant. But first of all, the Harrier won't take off or land if it's too heavy. Okay, if you've got too much weight on, it's not going to work. Okay, you're going to spank in hard. So if you want to learn to fly it, which obviously you do, I'm not going to teach you how to fire missiles and all that nonsense. Take everything off, right? Everything. And put in about a quart of fuel. I can't remember the actual figures. I'm just trying to think to myself. I know the fuel alarm comes on at 475. Okay, you get left and right warnings at 475, and you've literally got a few minutes to get the aircraft on the ground. Okay, so when you hear that alarm come on, so 475, let's say we start with 2000. That should be okay, and you just go up into the hover, set your nozzles at 90 degrees, is vertical straight down, power up, and if you haven't got enough, if you're too heavy, you won't take off. Okay, so I think you will take off at 2, I can't remember. Anyway, you'll find it. There's a water switch which gives you extra power. Don't use the water switch. Okay, if you look through the logbooks and through the checklists and things, it'll say, put the water on for takeoff, turn the water off. But you've only got 500 water, okay, H2O, and it will run out. And I don't use it ever unless I need it. So I've got a switch. I've got a switch on the joystick which I can press. And just before you take off, just check, make sure it's working, okay? Because there comes a time when you need that extra bit of power, and if you've used all your water up because you've been messing about turning it on and off, it might not be there for you when you need it. So I don't use it. I don't use it ever, but it is there. You just allocate a switch to it. You'll see it. It's bottom left on the dash. You see the little switch there. So that gives you a little bit of extra power. The Harrier can't land normally and take off normally. I mean, you can do rolling short takeoffs with it. But the other thing is, when you lift the nozzles all the way up to horizontal, you'll burn holes in the flaps. Okay, so you need to have them angled down if you're using flaps for takeoff. And always raise the flaps before you raise the nozzles. Always lower the nozzles before you lower the flaps. Okay, so for that, because you just damage the flaps otherwise. Not that it matters because it's a flight simulator, but that's the way it is. And the nozzle, I use Thrustmaster A320 throttles, so there's got 2 throttles for 2 engines. So when I'm flying the Harrier, I'll have the left-hand throttle as the engine throttle, and the right-hand throttle is the nozzle vectoring adjustment. And if you pull it all the way back to the stops, it will rotate all the way through to about 110 degrees, I think. And the aircraft will actually go backwards at that. Okay, and if you want to stop it going backwards, you can lower the nose and the tail comes up, and you can alter your RPM, reduce the RPM a bit, and it won't climb. And just play around with it. But if you start off, get yourself about 2,000 fuel, take all the bombs off so you've got no weight at all, and you can take off vertically then because you're light enough, and that'll give you about 5 to 10 minutes. I can't remember the exact figures. And just hover backwards and forwards, rotating on the spot. It's not a helicopter. You can't throw it around like a helicopter, and if you tip it over too much, you'll lose it and it'll go in. But it's great fun. Just get used to hovering about. What I used to do is put the nose, hover up to the control tower and stop and look at the control tower, and then put a bit of left or a bit of right on and just hover all the way around. Keep the nose pointing at the control tower and hover all the way around the control tower and back to the beginning, and then go back the other way and do that, and then rotate round the thing and fly away. Look for somewhere to come and land, look for spot points to come and land. So just think about, because it doesn't fly any different to any other airplane, when it's just whizzing through the sky. But the beauty of this aeroplane is the hovering aspect of it. So just focus on the hovering aspect. 90 degrees in the hover, okay, not 110. You'll go backwards at 110. So I've got that right lever, number 2 engine. That is my vectoring. Okay, so use that, and you'll crack it quite easy. You know, within no time at all. And once you've cracked it, of course, you can start then. You let your imagination run away with you and just go off and do all kinds of mad things. I've landed it on the frigate. The aircraft carriers are dead easy, too easy. But I've landed it on the back of a frigate, and then I've tried to make the weather worse. You know, so the decks going up and down, and landing them on oil rigs. They're easy, they're great. Helipads on top of buildings, the lot. There's a really good one in Dubai. Okay, the tower on the beach in Dubai, near Skydive Dubai. There's a big hotel, and they've got a helipad about 700 foot up. There's a weight limit of 7.5 tons on it, but don't worry about it. I've landed the F-35B there. It's great fun to come in and land on it. I mean, obviously in real life you couldn't do it, but this is flight simulator. You can cheat. It's not cheating, but it just wouldn't allow the weight. Because Harrier, I know F-35 is a lot heavier than that. Have fun, mate. Have fun. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know how you get on. Catch you later. Any problems, just give me a shout and I'll try and help you out. Cool.